Hi guys, it's Karen from Work Progress Change. How you going? Thanks for joining me. It is 5 a.m. and I have done my way in. Again, this is the only time that I'll get to do it, and I'm pretty sure one of the kids are going to get up soon. So let's get cracking. Official weigh-in number 3. I am down the 600 grams. I know it's 600 grams, but I'll take that. I'll take it. The scales are heading in the right direction. I need to focus more on nutrition, as always. I have upped my exercise. I haven't been able to do any exercise because of my foot issue. Like I said in the last vlog, I'd been off to the podiatrist, and it's not what he thought it was, but there definitely is something there, and it's really inflamed. So no jumpies, lots of resting, lots of icing it, and basically the treatment, he said, if we go ahead with that, there's a chance that he could actually kill off all the tendon, the muscle, everything around it. So basically it's just something that I need to manage. I have been, as I said, taking the boys for a few more walks, and what the podiatrist has done has helped it. It hasn't fixed it, but I don't go off within 5 minutes of my toes going numb and then the pain becoming really, really bad that I have to stop. It gets to about half an hour and then the numbing starts. So something I just have to manage. So I'm trying to increase my exercise. I've got boot camp tonight, aqua boot camp. So that's all boot camp in the pool. That's still rough on my foot, but at least it'll get me out and about. So I'm trying to work out a schedule with my husband so then I can get to the swimming pool, because it's doesn't impact, it's low impact, and it's not the density. Oh God, I can't even think it's 5 a.m. This is what happens. So yeah, I really have learnt a lesson of pick one day for weigh-in and do not go in on another day, because Sunday is my official weigh-in day, and as I say, 600 grams. I was hoping for more, but you know, whatever the number is on the scale, I'll never be happy with, so I just take the number. On the next morning though, which was this morning, I got on the scales again just to see what the difference was, and it says I was down a total of 1.3. Big difference. I am doing the whole, your official weigh-in was on a Sunday, take the number 600 grams and just forget about the rest, because I know that that will just trigger me off to go, well, you've lost 1.3, you can eat whatever the hell you like. And it's like, no, you can't. No. So one weigh-in, once a week, take the number and deal with it. So by rights, if I don't have a binge or anything like that, I should be, you know, that extra ahead for next week's weigh-ins. So hopefully, you know, a lot of factors come into it when it comes to the scales, but I'm very happy with 600 grams. I will take the 600 grams. So yes, happy days, yay. I've been out gardening this morning, so don't mind my nails, they're all gross. So I had to get the edamame beans into the ground, so I'm very happy with that. Speaking of binging and overeating, there is a woman that over in the States, in her blog is Fit and Free with Emily, and I'll put a link down below. And I've only ever spoken to her through Twitter and Facebook, and through her site, and she is just amazing. If I can be half of what she is and half of how switched on she's become, and half as inspiring as her, I'll be on a very good thing. She has opened up and put her journey up like what we are. And like Emily, our stories are so similar, it's funny. It's you know, we're sisters in kin through the universe. We've done, you know, we've both got kids, we've both been heavy, we've both been, you know, on every single food associated journey, diet, restriction, encouragement, whatever. And for the fact, I just need to put it out there, it doesn't matter what you eat, you can eat clean, but if you are eating over your calories, then you are going to store it somewhere. So it doesn't matter if you're picking out on, or if you're overeating on salad, it's still extra calories that your body can't process. You might get nutrients from it, but if your body stores it, it's still going to be stored as fat. So that's what I need to get in my head. It's like, it doesn't matter that you're eating snow peas, Karen. You're over your desired intake. You are going to store this somewhere and somehow. Anywho, I digress. I really need to do a separate vlog on Overeaters Anonymous, because Emily had put up on hers saying that she'd been there, and I'd sort of toyed with the book probably about 3 years ago now, and read the steps and just like, the whole denial, and I was like, oh, I can do this whenever I choose to. I'm not going to have somebody tell me. And yeah, I need to do a whole separate vlog on all of that, because we will be here all day and all night. Anywho, she put up about how she went through it, and I went, you know what? You need to look back into this again. And it has been on the back of my mind, and I'm a big believer in signs. And when her vlog came up, I was like, there's the boulder. I've been getting these little pebbles thrown at me of like, just look into it. Like, you really do need to either go back to the therapist and talk about this, or you need to start working through some of the workbooks that you'd bought years ago about overeating. And, so I've already identified the problem. I'd already known up here that I have a problem. It's just getting my brain to accept it and then start looking for solutions. And as I say, I'm a big believer in signs, and I do believe that the Emily blog about Overeaters Anonymous was the boulder. And anywho, I got on and did a search, and it obviously brought me to the American Overeaters Anonymous, and I was able to do a search for meetings, and lo and behold, it takes you all the way across over to Australia. And I found a meeting which is like a 10-minute drive from where I live. And it was on Sunday night, of all nights, after weigh-in. So I rang the guy last Thursday and had what I thought was going to be, a 2-minute conversation of like, are your meetings still going? Am I able to turn up? What's the process? What do I need to do? It turned into a 40-minute conversation about... And even then, the things that he was saying were just light bulb moments. Everything just made sense. And normally I have a bit of hesitation in going into things, because I have an expectation of, this is going to be the answer. This is going to be the thing that gets my brain into gear, and the next thing that makes sense, and the next thing that will, all faith, all hope that this will work for me. And I did it for Weight Watchers, and again, but I think I was just, when you've got, and I will use the term disease because that's the way that they describe it, and when they explain it to you, it makes perfect sense that yes, compulsive overeating is a disease. It's, like I said, I'll have to do another vlog on that to make more sense of that, but it just... I walked in the doors on Sunday night, and it was just, it's a little hall, it's a little bit run down. Who cares? I'd sit in a tent for these meetings. Everyone was so welcoming, and everything that they were saying, I was sitting there nodding away, just like going, completely understand. And I got to share a little bit about me, and they were all nodding and saying, totally get it, totally understand. And so I came home, and it was almost as if, I don't know how to explain it. I am forever grateful for Emily for throwing that boulder at me. I am indebted to her. I've spoken to her on Twitter and said, your bravery gave me the confidence to get out there and just to go and see what it was like. That was all. As I said, I didn't have any expectations. I was like, all it's going to cost me is an hour of my time, an hour and a half by the time I add in the travel, hour and a half max. But I have already come home. I have already downloaded several of their books. I really love their, it's like a diary. You get a passage for each each day to go through. Emily and I have actually spoken about the higher power, the God sort of things, and both of us, we don't believe in organised religion. However, we both do believe in a power that is greater than us, and so I put it out as to the universe. And even that is empowering to say, you know what, I'm just going to put it out there for the universe to deal with because I just can't deal with it at the moment. So even that is empowering. And I noticed, because it's now Monday, Tuesday, I'm a little bit late on reporting this. So even on yesterday, I can say that I was more conscious, more aware of what I was putting in my mouth and when to stop. And that's just after one meeting. So I can't imagine what it's going to be like when I get into full study mode and really work the program, because like they say, if you work the program, you work it because it works. I don't know the full terminology yet, but I will definitely be going back. I will definitely be sharing more information to encourage others. They've got like a questionnaire. They've got 15 questions to work out should you be going to this group. And there's 14 out of 15 that I sit there and nod and go, yeah, I need to be there. So please check out Emily's vlog. It is a fantastic document of her journey, and I hope she inspires you as much as she's inspired me. So the next thing, I have finished one of my huge goals for 2013, which was to participate in 100 kilometres of fun runs, and I have done that. From somebody who couldn't do fun runs before, or had no interest in them, or had not trained for them, and the amount of feet problems that I've had, I have done it. I have done it. That is a massive, massive achievement for me. Because anybody who knows me, I am a starter of things. I don't necessarily normally complete them, but I am so stoked. I haven't even finished putting up my last little 2 things to cover November and December of my virtual 5Ks. So I have done it. Hooray! Hooray, hooray, hooray. My plan for the rest of the week is really hook into Overeaters Anonymous literature, plan my food, and exercise for another 3 times. So I went for a 5K walk with my friend on Monday. Tonight I've got aqua boot camp, so I'll be going hard there. And then might be able to take the boys for a walk tomorrow afternoon, because hubby's back on shift, so we'll see what time frame we're all working with and that. I've even said I hope Santa brings me one of a new bike, and I'll get one of those draggy contraption things. I really, really need to not do these at 5 in the morning. I do apologise. Like a little trailer type thing. I can put the boys into, and we can head out, because there's some walking tracks that are beautiful around where I live, but because they're covered and not out in the open and covered by lots of nature on either side, beautiful when the 4 of us can go, but for safety reasons, if it was just myself and the 2 kids, there's no way that I'd go down there by myself. For fear of, if something happened to me, they're on their own, and you have to wait for a cyclist or another walker to come across that way, and just not prepared to risk it. I will find other walking tracks that are open. I have to work on Thursday, which is the days that the boys go into daycare, so that's 5 hours out of that day. So I finish work at 2. I might be able to get some kind of workout in then. I'm keeping an eye on a Pilates machine that's on eBay that's quite cheap, so fingers crossed that I get that, and Mr. Fabulous Jamie is going to pick it up for me, because he lives down Sydney way, whereas for me and the kids it's just a little bit too hard. So I'm prattling on now. So that's the plan for the week. I am fingers crossed, because my goal for the rest of December is to to lose weight, not put on. That's the rest of the goal. I stuffed that up in the first week of December, so I'm making amends for that. So that's my goals. Please tell me what your goals are. And again, I apologise for the hair, the clothes, the settings. That's my other desire for this week, is to really get sorted with how I'm going to film these. And so I've got a nice little area set up out there, but that's right next to where the kids sleep. And this is the only time I'd probably get to do it today. So, yeah. Anywho, control the things that I can control. Have a chat to me on Twitter or our Facebook, our website, or on here. Yeah, have a great week. Have a fantastic week. Don't eat too much for Christmas, and start planning a healthy Christmas Day for meats. Alrighty, love you. Bye.